And so this ummah was proud that a movement emerged at Karbala with the assassination, with the martyrdom of Sayyidina Imam Hussain radiallahu ta'ala anhu. A movement emerged, a standard of revolt in opposition to counter-revolution, a standard of revolt to preserve the true faith from corruption, a standard of revolt that the head which bows in worship before Allah will not bow before tyranny and oppression. What a wonderful day that was. What a wonderful moment that was when this movement emerged. But then tragedy struck. This movement was never intended to disunite the ummah. This was never intended to be a sectarian movement. No. It is my opinion, and when I give my opinion, you know, please never accept it. Never accept my opinion unless you are convinced that it is correct. It is my opinion that Dajjal is the mastermind who now corrupted this movement of dissent, this movement against counter-revolution. And this movement now got something called a doctrinal foundation and structure. A strange one. What is it? It said that the entire ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, without exception, were all misguided when they accepted Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu as Amir al-Mu'mineen. That's strange. And we're going to come back to that. That the entire ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam was mistaken and misguided when they accepted Abu Umar Farooq as Amir al-Mu'mineen radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Uthman Ghani radiallahu ta'ala as Amir al-Mu'mineen. This same movement of revolutionary dissent against corruption of the faith now tells us that no, it is Allah who decides who rules over this ummah. And in another word, that it is Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam who appointed in his lifetime, appointed his cousin as his successor, Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And so succession to rule in Islam is by divine order restricted to the family of the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. Family rule. Family rule. Imam Hussain radiallahu ta'ala anhu stood up at Karbala against family rule. And the head which bowed in worship before Allah refused to bow before family rule. And so now we have the beginnings of a sectarian movement. The major matter which divides the Shia from the rest is this new doctrine that the succession to rule in Islam was divinely ordained, was communicated by the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, and was restricted to the family of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. When Imam al-Mahdi comes, of course, then everything is going to be cleared up. And there will be no misunderstandings anymore. But even before he comes, it is possible for this lecture to address the subject. What is the truth? Those who chose to believe in this new doctrine, this strange new doctrine, the succession to rule in Islam is divinely ordained and was communicated by the Prophet ﷺ to be restricted to his family, they came to be known as Shia, because they now constituted the first sectarian movement. What a tragedy, what a tragedy. That this movement which stood up against corruption, stood up against tyranny and oppression with much less courage and much less integrity, should now be taken for a ride. What a tragedy.